Hello everybody, today I'm going to show you how to pick a piece of wood for a CNC X-Carve project. So first of all, what you have to do is you have to pick your perfect wood. And right here we have two pieces of black walnut, one with a little more sapwood and one with a little more middle hardwood, heartwood, something like that. So what you gotta do, you have to pick your perfect piece based on its size. So right here, we have a piece of wood that's about 47 inches, and we need a piece that is 30 inches by 10 inches. So that's good on length. We can cut it down if we need to. But what's more important right here is the width. So right here we have a width of about 6-ish inches, no, about 10. So that's perfect right there. But as you go up, you get to about 8 inches, so that's not what we need. We need it to be at least 10 throughout. So we're going to come over here to this next piece, and let's measure it for the length, and it is about 41 inches, which again is good. We can cut that down. And when we come down right here to the width, it's about 14 inches right here, and as you slide it up, I don't know, that's about 30 inches right there, and you have 11 inches. So that's more than perfect for what we need in our project. So I've already cut my piece right here, but what you would need to do if you need to cut it down is you need to measure to the size you need, then you mark it to the size you need. So I have 24 inches right here, but I really need 30, but I've already cut that. So you mark it with chalk or pen or pencil, anything that can sand off easily, not permanent marker. And after you've marked, you line up your saw with that mark as closely as possible. And then once you line your saw up, you have to secure your piece of wood. If you have this secure right here on your side, you can use that, or you can just press down pretty hard with your hand. Just make sure it does not move when you cut it. And once you have it secured, you put on your safety glasses, because safety is important, and then you start sawing. So once you've cut your piece, you need to now sand it down. So what I have right here is 80 grit sandpaper on my orbital sander, and this sanding, it helps get the wood ground down to a surface that you can shellac and ultimately make carving go easier. So you have to take your sander, turn it on, and go back and forth on the piece of wood till it's sanded to a very smooth surface. After you sand your piece of wood, you have one more step to do, which is adding a layer of shellac to your piece of wood. So this isn't completely necessary for your project, but it helps make it a little bit easier to carve and makes it look better in the end. So what you do to shellac is you get your can of shellac, and I'm using bullseye shellac, and you take a paper towel, you dip it in your shellac, make sure you get all the drips off the side, and then you spread a thin coat, a very thin coat, you don't need a whole lot, onto your piece of wood. Now you can do this on both sides of the wood. You can do it on the edges. Just make sure everything gets covered so that it looks good in the final product. Once the shellac on your wood has dried, your wood is finally ready for carving.